Alrighty, folks. So we're going to do a lesson here. It's 9 o'clock on Thursday night. And you'll see in a lot of my videos, I'm dressed like this. It's not the same day. Like, oh my God, this guy must have done all these videos in a day. No, it's every night. I wear this same stuff to bed. These are my pajamas. But this ain't what I've got on all day long. Alright, so anyways, we're going to teach the pentatonic on the whole fretboard and give you just a few things that are really going to help your playing go to another level if you don't already know this. Some of you might watch and go, you already know this. And there's a lot more than what I'm going to show. I ain't got time. I got 15 minutes. I got a clock here, so I'm going to try to keep it under 15 minutes. And so we're going to learn the A minor pentatonic on the whole fretboard and then start showing you other things you can do as kind of exercises, but there's also riffs in them. When I practice, I don't really practice, I play, and then I just listen to what I'm playing. And then create riffs and melodies out of that right away. I don't sit there with a book and a timer going tick, tick, tick and just doing this thing. I just play the notes and listen and go for what I'm hearing and how it makes me feel. That's, to me, number one. Because I don't have speed, so I can't do the impressive thing for people going, wow. So I've got to come up with some taste and feel so people feel it, and then they call me up and I get more gigs. All right, so A minor pentatonic, your main box, your number one here and up here, starting with the A. A lot of people call it the number one box. All you have in the A minor pentatonic is a A, a C, a D, an E, and a G. That's it. A C, a D, E, and a G. And then it repeats, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, and then, so we're going to start with that E note at the open position. So this would probably be block 4, okay, starting with the E note, which is also here. That's your A minor pentatonic shape at the E note. We're going to do that same sound at the open position. Now we're not learning that, we're not putting that flat 5 I did in there, but there's where that's where that was most likely played. So there's your A minor pentatonic this would be called block 4. You should learn what all your notes are too, even if you got to talk to yourself about them. That's what I did in 2011 when I started digging in. I sat and I went and said the notes out loud and played the shape and just kept doing it till I could do it without looking. Alright, so there's block 4 in A minor pentatonic. That's the block 4 shape. Block 5, now I want use these fingers because you want to train your baby finger to get used in your playing. You don't have to do it when you're creating solos early on, working these things. I use these fingers if I want it, you know what I mean? I'll switch over to that finger just to have that more strength or whatever when I'm creating a riff or playing to a track. But when you're doing what I'm teaching you right here, right now, do it this way with these fingers. That way, what also you learn here is you don't have to move your hand to get the notes in. Then that's block 5 shape, because we'll also play it again up here. Block 5 shape. Alright, right, so now we get to block 1, because there's only 5 shakes. So block 5, now we start at 1, then we're going to do block 2, block 3, we'll get to block 4 again here, starting with the E like we just did there. All right, so block 1. Block number 2, we're going to start with the middle finger, and we're going to play starting with the C note. Now learn to alternate pick. You know, and this is just, again, basic. This is something you should get this down, and then, of course, there's a lot of other things that you can be doing with this stuff later. This is a foundation of learning a pentatonic on the entire fretboard, not just in one favorite spot and another favorite spot. You know, and then we'll get into, down the road, we'll expound and grow on it, and learning how to play and weave throughout all of them when you're playing to a track or in a band or whatever. All right, so again, block number 2, starting with the C. Watch the baby finger. All right, block number 3, starting here with the, I'm using the middle finger and baby finger for 3 strings in a row, starting at the D note. And this is the only one where you have to step over. Right here. Now, of course, if you're soloing, you can lock your fingers in it. You know, whatever you want. But we want finger independence, so when you practice this, do it this way. Okay, and then we get to the E, the same one we started with here. And then they repeat themselves. I won't go up these. It's the same shape as this one. You can hear it. Okay? So those are just the same thing. Once you get up past here, this one's the same as the open one. So there you go. Then take these things and start doing them in what I call a 6 count. And there's many others. I'm only giving you a basic foundation. I'm watching the clock here. Start again with the open E. Go up 2 notes per string. And then start at the A string and go up 6 notes per string. Then at the D, and then do it descending. Okay, so this is just to help develop a physical ability to do that. Go down a few, come back up, go down, come up, come down. It's kind of like painting, you know, and getting it on thick. But you're also going to hear things. A big important thing about all of what I'm showing you right now is you're going to hear things in the process of doing this. And then you start creating riffs. You know, of your own. You're going to create your own phrasing, but you're not going to find them or be able to execute them with unless you do what I'm showing you here. Then do the same thing with the next block. And use these fingers. And it's not comfortable if you haven't been using your baby finger. It's still not comfortable for me sometimes when I'm not warmed up. Like right now, I'm not warmed up. It's not that comfortable. But when I get going, I sit down and play to some basic backing tracks, and I get going for a while, then I start lighting it up, you know, pretty good. Again, I don't have a lot of speed, but I got enough. And you'll have enough too, even if you don't have crazy speed. So again, the 6 count thing though. And and then descending. I'm sloppy because I'm not warmed up, and I don't really do these anymore. Same thing with the first block. And descending. And do them on all the blocks and use the fingers I first showed you. And then there's a 5 count where I go. You can use either economy picking or alternate. Economy on the 5 count means if I'm descending here and I start with a down, down, up, down, up, down. Then I start at the B string with that note and I start with another down. So it's 2 downs. 1 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. I do these when I solo. I don't pick every note. I do a lot of hammer-on stuff with them. All right, so do the same thing here. Same thing with all the rest of the blocks. Alternate pick. It's tricky on the odd notes, but again, that's why if you want to do the economy picking instead, then do that. I'm starting with a down up here when I descend, and I land on a down, down, up, down, up, down. Then I start with this note on the B string with another down, 2 downs in a row. Okay, and same thing. What? Do that on all the blocks. I'm watching the clock, and then with the 5 count, then there's a 3 count. I'll do it in the main block because I'm running out of time, and I'll probably have to end it now. So 3 notes, starting up with the high note, descending in this block. 1, 2, 3, then go back to the second note you played. And then when I solo, I typically don't pick them all. I do a hammer and pull off. Alright, so I'm running out of time, but so start with that, and I'll build on it. So you get your pentatonic down on the whole fretboard. Why go on doing all this other stuff if you can't even just do that? Make sure you get that on the entire fretboard, and then start doing these counts. You start hearing things when you do the... You know, you start creating phrases right away. You might just do one. Whatever, I'm being sloppy, but you get the point. Learn your fretboard, the entire fretboard in a key. And when you get this down and spend enough time on it, you can start moving the stuff for any key to do it. Alright, so I'm trying to stay under 15 minutes. So get going on that pentatonic and expand your creativity.